Good afternoon, everyone. I'll be dealing with the topic how to go about administration of BiPAP or bilevel positive airway pressure to patients suffering from respiratory distress because of COVID-19. Now, taking you back a few lectures, what is the point when you decide that this patient requires a BiPAP? It is when optimal requirement of NRM or HFNC, whatever is available in your institute, is unable to actually maintain oxygenation in the patient, or the patient is able to maintain oxygen levels, but the carbon dioxide levels are continuously rising with each ABG. That is the time when we start thinking about what is called as assisted ventilation. Now, assisted ventilation can be delivered in non-invasive methods or by intubation and invasive methods. NIV or non-invasive methods are preferable to be tried first before going to the invasive methods. One contraindication, although, will be if the patient is unconscious. If the patient is unconscious, intubation is a better idea than going for non-invasive ventilations. Now, BiPAP or non-invasive ventilation can be delivered either by specific non-invasive ventilation delivering machines or by utilizing your ventilator, the standard ventilator, which is available. Some terminologies before I'll go to the setting up of the ventilator is IPAP or inspiratory pressures or PSV. This is actually the pressure support which the machine gives to the patient. The amount you increase IPAP or PSV will actually lead to increase in the tidal volume of the patient and therefore will help in reducing the CO2 levels in that particular patient. EPAP or PEEP is the expiratory positive airway pressure. It enables you to keep the alveoli of the patient open after expiration and helps in increasing the oxygenation or SpO2 values of the patient. Next two things that we need to set in a BiPAP machine or ventilator is the FiO2, amount of oxygen ranging from 21 to 100, and the mandatory rates. That is, if the patient fails to ventilate himself below the rate, whatever we have set, the machine will take over and start ventilating the patient. So any BiPAP machine will require you to set these four parameters: the upper pressure or the inspiratory pressures, may be known as PSV when it comes to ventilators, PEEP or expiratory pressures, FiO2, and mandatory breaths. Now coming to the mask. Non-invasive ventilation is delivered through a mask of this type. There is a harness behind the mask which enables you to tightly fit the mask to the patient. How do we know what is the appropriate size of this mask for a particular person? This mask is triangular in shape and the apex of the triangle should be fitting at the nasal bridge. The lower half of the triangle should be between the lower lip and the chin of the patient. This and either side should completely cover the patient's nasal layers and the lip of the patient. This is a full face mask device. In market, we also have nasal CPAP devices, which will cover only the nasal portion of the patient. Now, how do we fit the circuit in a BiPAP machine? At our institute, we have the machine by ResMed, and this is the video taken from this particular machine. In order to start fitting the circuit, first of all, we would need this T-piece connector. This T-piece, one end of it goes to the machine, the other end is connected to the hose pipe provided. The other end of the hose pipe, we fit in a one-side ventilator, a valve is provided by the company. The other end of the hose pipe is fitted to the valve. One thing which we need to see is that there is the mark of a man or a patient made over here. This mark should be towards the patient end. If we fit this valve in an opposite direction, you will not be able to, actually this valve is a one-way valve and the CO2 which is generated by the patient, it goes out through this valve. So it is very important that we fit it in a proper direction. Now this valve then goes into your non-invasive mask. Here. This circuit is ready to be used. The mask will be put to the patient. Now, if we are using this particular machine with this circuit alone, we need this end, as we can see, is open of the tri-way. So this end needs to be occluded. And then this machine is good to go. If there is nothing for you to occlude this end, we can simply do away with this tri-piece and the hose can be directly connected to the machine. This is where we switch on the machine, and you can straight away start delivering the patient with non-invasive ventilation. Now, if we wish to monitor the FiO2 levels with this particular machine, this three-piece comes in handy. There is a device provided by the manufacturers. You simply place the device in one end of the T-piece. A cable is provided. The appropriate end of the cable goes into the device and the other end goes into the BiPAP machine. Here, the other end will go behind on the hind side of the machine. Here it is. And this is the place where you provide the oxygen connection to the non-invasive ventilation machine. So this is how you can use it and use the machine with FiO2 monitoring. Now, how do we actually use this particular machine? We need to know how to switch on the machine. After connecting it with the AC connector, at the hind aspect of the machine, there is a small switch on point. We simply press the point and the machine switches itself on. It takes a few minutes. The machine takes a few minutes to start up. We need to wait for that particular time. Now, if anyone is not aware about the settings or how the machine setting is to be done, one simple measure to start the therapy in the entering period is simply by pressing the button provided just below this big button. Here it is. If we press this particular start button, the machine will start delivering at whatever the setting was at the time when the machine was previously shut off. This particular machine had previous settings of 11/4 and it has started delivering with the inspiratory pressures of 11 and expiratory pressures of 4.8. This is the monitoring screen and there are 8 such screens provided. If we press this lung button, we would get to know we'll come to the different monitoring screens. The second screen, it tells us about the tidal volume of the patient. This is the most important screen as far as monitoring of the particular patient is concerned. This tells you about the tidal volume of the patient, the respiratory rate, minute ventilation, and any leak in the circuit. This particular machine was not connected to a patient, and that is why we are seeing a leak of this sort and a respiratory rate so high. There are other screens too, which we can simply, by pressing the lung button, we can simply move on to other screens. We'll get the different volume loops, the tidal volume, synchronization, and oximetry. Now, if we desire to change the setting of this particular machine, we need to unlock the device first. As we can see that the device is locked. To unlock the device, we need to go to the settings button and then we need to press the setting and the center button, larger button, simultaneously for a few seconds. A pop-up comes that this machine will be inactive for a period of 5 minutes or 120 minutes or unlimited. We particularly choose a 5-minute setting time and after which the machine becomes active to be used. The mode usually set is the ST mode. ST mode is the spontaneous time mode. That is, the machine allows the patient to breathe spontaneously at IPAP and EPAP set by you. And simultaneously, there is a backup rate too for patients who fail to ventilate themselves below the rate set by the clinician. So the mode is set. Next, by simply rotating the big button, we move to the IPAP. By pressing the button, we can change the whatever BiPAP levels we decide, ranging from 10 to 20. Then there is expiratory pressures. We change it, ranges from 5 to 10 as required by the patient. The backup rate is set. And once whole of the setting is done, once all this, once whole of the setting is done, by simply pressing the on-off button, the therapy begins. The therapy is initiated. How do we know? By going to the monitoring button, we'll be able to see this green line moving up and down. It means the machine is delivering the therapy to the patient. Now to switch off the therapy. By pressing the on-off button, the therapy is switched off. That is, the machine is no longer functional. And in order to switch it off electrically, we simply press the switch off button and the hind side of the machine and the power is down. The machine is switched off now. So this is how we'll deliver the BiPAP by use of a non-invasive ventilation machines. Now, if we desire to use your particular ventilator for delivering non-invasive ventilation to a patient, We again come to this basic requirement of a non-invasive mask, and this is how we'll fit our circuit for using the BiPAP machine, non-invasive ventilation with the ventilator. We'll require a T-piece, the usual T-piece available everywhere. The white portion of the T-piece is disconnected, and one end of it is connected to the mask and the other end is connected to the circuit. We can apply a HME filter. We should rather apply a HME filter at this point. And here we can see the circuit is ready to use. That is, we can use the this is how we can utilize this circuit for non-invasive ventilation by means of a ventilator. Now moving on to setting up a ventilator, we can see the mode button. By pressing the mode, a pop-up comes up. We select the non-invasive ventilation. Move to the non-invasive ventilation, press the switch select button, and we move to non-invasive ventilation. PSV or inspiratory pressures are set. Expiratory pressures or PEEP is set. The FiO2 preferably 100% is set in the beginning, and then you can titrate down as per the patient's requirement. The respiratory rate is set ranging from 12 to 18 as per the patient's requirement. And once the center button is pressed, the machine starts delivering non-invasive ventilation. Further changes can be made without interrupting the therapy. For example, here we can see that this particular PSV of 10 is giving a tidal volume only of 213. We desire a higher tidal volume. We'll simply go to this PSV button by the use of the select device. Press this buttons, PSV will be selected, change the value by 2, increase it by 2, 12, and then again by pressing it, we'll be able to see the next tidal volume. Similar in this way, we can actually set the device appropriate for that particular person. Now switching off the therapy. To switch off the therapy, we simply need to press the mode button. The machine will show us a warning sign that do you want to go as standby, go on standby. You press the select button and the machine goes to the standby mode. So this is how we switch off the therapy. This is with this we have come to the end of the presentation. All the best, and I'm ready for any questions.